everyone, this is Asha Mangal from the Caregivers Support Group of Trinidad and Tobago. We will be starting our first topic today on financial support that is available to family members upon the passing of a loved one. Now, I chose today, which is the 5th of June, and this also marks the 3 months since my mother passed. And just in keeping with timing of 3 months, I was able to go to the National Insurance Board yesterday on Friday. So it must be 3 months upon the death of the person, where if they have paid their dues to the National Insurance NIS over the years when they have worked and they have enough dues paid, you are able to get the funeral grant from NIB. They told me I need to come back on Monday at 1 o'clock to collect the check. I believe it is $7,500 if I'm not mistaken, right? But it's a very simple process in general. And of course, you know, because of COVID and the deaths that we're having, there are also a lot of people doing the applications, but it was very smooth. I got there at 7 o'clock, at 8 o'clock I was inside. And they give you these simple forms, so it's very simple to fill out if you can see it, right? So you fill out the front page and then the back page here, right? Everything else, it's for official use only. So what you would need to have is, of course, your particulars, right? Which would be your name, your home address, a valid identification for yourself. The particulars that you need for the deceased person would be the correct names, their last address. If you have the NIS number, it's great. If not, they pulled it up because I did not have my mom's own. Her birth certificate, the date of death, that information, the correct date of birth, because apparently many people don't know their family's correct year, month, and date. If you knew where they were working, it's fine, but you have to have the death certificate. If there was a change of name, maybe an affidavit to go with that, their birth certificate, a form of ID for them, whether it was expired or not, because mommy's ID card was expired. But the process is very simple, and funeral expenses are not cheap. There is also the family indemnity plan that you can get at the credit unions. We are with CUNA through Eastern Credit Union. And you would pay, you choose your plan, and I think it's up to 5 persons. Please don't quote me on this because we took this out some years ago. But funeral expenses, it's one of the main panic after, you know, a situation happens. How am I burying this person? And then if you're not able to bury them in a timely manner at the home, you know, you have, I think it's a day and a half or something like that, or 3 days where they will keep the body, and then after that you have to start to pay for every day over. And then based on what's happening with the pandemic, you have other challenges. So it's good information. You know, death is part of life and many of us do not like to speak about it, but it's something to be prepared for, because I knew my mother and I put these things in place years ago. Even up to life insurance. Do not take out a term, take out a whole life. We made the mistake, and I blame myself because I came from it, you know, being in an insurance company working, so I know the difference. So that came back to bite me in my butt big time about 3 years ago, when it really was a term and not a whole life. So these are things that you can start to do, start to talk about. Even if you are not caring for someone, put things in place for yourself, because you really don't want, when you should pass, that your family is fishing, because we all have expenses. We have loans, we have mortgages, we're paying rent, we have probably medical expenses to try and cover up. This money comes in handy, right, upon your death. Don't be selfish and say, well, you know, I'm not going to be around to get it. But think about it, you giving that peace of mind to a loved one, right? And make sure that if you have these things in place, that you tell your family members, at least one person who knows, or you write it down, so that upon your passing, you have all of this there. They don't have to be fishing because everybody deals with death differently. Some of us go blank. I fortunately went into, let's just get this organized, structured. I knew everything, where it was, how it needed to be, so it's really getting your mind and wrapping, and preparation is key. Preparation and putting yourself into that position of when you get that call, or when, that situation happens where your mother or father or husband or wife, even your child that you're taking care of, because we have a lot of chronic illnesses on young people, you need to put things in place. And I thought that I would start these sessions talking about this because financial strain is probably one of the biggest issues that we as family caregivers have to deal with. Medications add up, doctor's visits add up, hospital visits add up. You have to have caregivers, those things add up. Everything adds up, not talking about correct meal, dietitian. And then along the way, you as family caregiver, we're really not taking care of ourselves. So it's critical that we start to put things in place. So please, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. My number is 310 ASHA, which is 310-2742. We have started the Caregivers Support Group of Trinidad and Tobago. We would be happy for you to become a member. We are putting things in place where we can really build out and support each other in a broader community. It's not an easy time. Today marks the 3 months, and it feels like such a long time, and it's only 3 months. Filling that void, moving on with life. This support group was because of my mom. My business is because of my mom, right? So please reach out to us if you need caregivers. This whole segment is sponsored by Care Safety Solutions Limited, which is one of our key sponsors. They provide caregivers, they provide meals for seniors. We provide training for family caregivers. We have different elements where we're just creating a very holistic support mechanism for everyone. So please reach out today, make that call, get that information, and remember that if a loved one did pass, you have 3 months. Let me see. Yes, 3 months of the date of death of the insured person. The claim must be submitted, right? So no procrastinating. I'm sure that $7,000 or whatever it is would come in very handy after all is said and done. Do not feel guilty to go and collect it, because your mother or father or your loved one would have paid their dues via NIS through the years that they've worked. So this is something that is due to them that you can benefit from. So do not be bashful. Make the call, go down there, get that information. Feel free to share this information, because many people are like, oh my God, how am I going to bury my mom? What am I going to do? I have no money, I have no savings. This is the reality, people. This is what we are faced with. And we are faced with now this pandemic, which is throwing families into a bigger, mess, this hole that we just can't seem to get out of. But hopefully pretty soon there will be, light at the end of the tunnel again. So again, feel free, reach out, join the Caregivers Support Group of Trinidad and Tobago. Give us a call today, and we look forward to sharing more information with you guys over the next few weeks, over the next few months. If you have specific topics that you want me to give you information on, please reach out to me, and let's see if we can just get this thing going and create a good support of family, extended families outside of our immediate family, where we really truly understand each other. Have a good night, stay safe, remember to sanitize. Take care.